Hey guys, this is Kasual and welcome to my second battle report. Over the holidays it took a little time to get all this together, get the lists and get it organized. Everybody's always so busy on the holidays, I imagine. So this is a pretty interesting game. It's a 1500 point team game, and you see those numbers at the top, 750 and 750 obviously are two sides versus three sides. So it's me and Drunk Anteater, and we're both running 750 point armies, and then our three newer players to our Warhammer group decided to challenge us 500 points each. Actually, I may have been the one to throw the challenge out there. I really don't remember how that played out. But here you can see the lists. My list, yeah, pretty standard stuff for my Bretonians. Nothing out of the ordinary. Drunk Anteater. He kind of is playing a supportive role, I think, with his Ogre Kingdoms here. Taking a level 2 Butcher to either get buffs off or do some damage. So yeah, a unit of 5 Ogres there as a bunker for the Butcher. 2 Mournfang Cav with the Banner Swiftness, and Ironbreaker, aka the Gator Cannon, and you'll see why. Okay, so their list, Helmet's Dwarfs. They got a Thane in there with 2 units of Dwarf Warriors and a cannon. He didn't really go with the shooting army. He kind of went to see how melee was in 8th. And Dubad's Warriors here. Naked Exalted Hero. 2 units of Chaos Warriors. I think that's how many there were. I didn't get his list when I made this. And an order of Chaos Marauders with the Mark of Khorne. Great weapons. And Kirby's Dark Elf, Sorceress, Crossbowmen, 2 units. Witch Elves, and a Bolt Thrower. So I think they set up as Dwarf can support the shooting and close combat phase. You know, Dubad's Warriors would be mainly for the combat phase, and then Kirby supporting with magic and some range. Pretty tight setup. I was really nervous going into it. I really thought we were going to get blown off the table pretty quickly. Let's see how that pans out. So this is good guys versus bad guys. The good guys deployment. This is the right side of the table. I have to apologize because I don't really think I got any shots of the full table, so you might have to use your imagination a little bit. So on the right side here, the Iron Blaster, aka the Gator Cannon. You can see why we call it that now. Unit of Mounted Yeoman. There's my Knights Errant. We have the Ogre Bulls there with the Butcher, and then to the left of them, my unit of Knights around with the Pally, BSB, the Pally there. Unit of Mournfang, and then out here on the left we have the Noblar. And that's just another shot to show you there's really nothing out to the left. So our idea was, in deployment, we really wanted to bunker in a corner to start it off, just because we couldn't outdrop them. We really have to pick our matchups, I thought. So what happened was, Helmet placed these warriors down on the left side, so I think our Noblar were our first drop, and Helmet matched him with his 1 unit of Dwarf Warriors, and they were directly across, so we knew we wanted to get away from them. We kind of knew his Thane would be going in there, being the larger unit. So we decided to move everything to the right. That's why you see how we were set up there. So there's his Warriors that he dropped first, and we adjusted to that unit. And then you have the Chaos Marauders. To the right of them, the Bolt Thrower, and the Sorceress is in there, or next to there. The Witch Elves, Cannons, the other Warriors, Unit Crossbowmen, the other Warriors, Crossbowmen out on the right. And I just want to go back to this picture in the Warrior unit on the left. That's where his Exalted Hero is. I really like Dubad's Warriors. I think they look great. Really cool color scheme. Hopefully you'll see a close-up picture of their cloaks later. They look pretty nice. So here's where the miners showed up, which is right in front of the crossbowman there. And he has to be 12 inches away from my yeoman before the vanguard. So I thought I could probably keep the yeoman in place. That way I could charge if he just moves up. I don't think the dwarfs are going to make a 12-inch charge into them. I thought they were pretty safe. And as we go to turn 1, nope. The longest charge in dwarven history makes it into my yeoman. I was pretty surprised. I don't know how that's probably not going to be good for me. But I do have leadership by, and a reroll, which in this matchup I thought having a reroll from the BSB would be pretty rare. I knew they wouldn't have a BSB probably. But yeah, the miners get in there. They shoot one of the Mournfang off the board. Okay, so this picture is after combat with the yeoman. The miners beat him, ran him down, and overran into my Knights Errant. What a way to start the battle. I have a highly mobile force and a bunch of miners just get a charge into me. It was a pretty tough way to start. So this is turn 1 good guys, so this is the bottom of turn 1. So we do a double charge, my Knights Errant, or Knights of the Realm, and the Mournfang into the block of Chaos Warriors with the Exalted in. Drunk Anteater and I really wanted to get the Mournfang in combat as soon as possible. With all the shooting on the board, there's a good chance we're going to lose him shortly. So we did a little spin here when we did the charge, and moved the Mournfang away from his Exalted hero there on our left. I put my 2 Paladins at him to, give me my best chance of doing some damage to him. So the Gnoblar moved over. I don't have a picture of it, but the Iron Blaster actually shot off the Sorceress from the board, which was pretty awesome because we decided not to put the Gator Cannon into the side of the Dwarves. We really thought we were at a disadvantage in the magic phase, so we had to do our best to get her off the board. If that meant holding up the Knights Errant for a turn or two while we tried to take some shots at her, then so be it. But we do hit her this turn and kill her. So there you see the overrun. Yeah, we beat the Warriors and ran them down. It was too much for those Warriors to handle, and I don't think they're equipped that well at this level. I mean, it is only 500 points. Otherwise, I don't know how likely I would have been to go in there like that in a bigger game. So they all stopped there, which is right in line of sight of all that good shooting. See how that goes. Our Butcher Bunker, he's in range of all the spells that he needs to cast, so we're just kind of moving him up tentatively. We really kind of want to move him up with the Knights Errant again, if they can get through that Dwarf unit. So this is after combat with the Knights Errant and the Dwarfs. I think they killed 2 Knights. I may have even lost this fight. I'm not really sure, but we both stuck around, and there you see the Gator Cannon just hanging out, waiting to take those pop shots at other things. It was really a debate if we should take him into the side or utilize the cannon to the best of its abilities. I think my Knights Errants are going to win, and I think we realize that after this turn that, yeah, they probably are going to hold up and maybe win. So we'll see how that goes. So to top of turn 2 here, our opponents really surprised us with the Witch Elves going into the side of the Knights of the Realm here. I thought it might have been better if they just stood back and shot them the best they could with, the bolt thrower cannon. You got 2 units of crossbowmen. You know that the Mournfang's probably going to die, but why not take some shots at the Knights Errant? And I mean, if I beat these Witch Elves, I can just reform and be any direction ready to charge on my turn. So, yeah, I don't know if that was the greatest move there. And the Chaos Warrior swift reform to face the threat. And the Dwarf Thane and his warriors are scuttling over. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make it in combat. Their legs are far too short for that trip. And the Marauders move down around this rock position here to face the Gnoblar. So here is one Mournfang Cav. And now he's gone. Yeah, all the shooting went to him and completely knocked him off the board. And so after combat, I beat the Witch Elves, couldn't kill them all. One got away, and I decided to just reform and face the Warriors for bottom of turn 2 charge. So over here, yeah, the battle just keeps going on. Wearing him down though. I think I'm gonna pull this one off. So good guys turn 2, and this bummed me out a little bit. I really positioned my Knights of the Realm wrong. I should have had those crossbowmen within my arc, and I'm not sure why I faced them so dramatically, and I mean effectively taking them out of my charge ability. I should have left myself some options, but it was just a mistake there. So what happened here is, you see the back of the Chaos Warriors, we actually took the Butcher's unit first into the Warriors, and he elected to flee, which surprised me because I figured he had the Marker Corn and would have been frenzied and not been able to flee. But at this point level, yeah, you can't afford something like that. So we decided to take the Butcher's unit in and combo charge with my Lance unit, but the Chaos Warriors fled the Butcher unit and ran just out of my front arc of my Knights of the Realm. I mean, it is so close. We actually measured it, almost had lasers on the table to figure it out, but in the end we decided to just roll off, and I lost the roll, so we decided we couldn't see them. So the only other unit I could see was the crossbowmen, and for some reason I was hell-bent on charging. I don't know if it's because we accidentally declared both charges. I don't remember, but basically I at the time I thought I had to redirect. So I tried to redirect into the crossbowmen, and I failed the charge. And the Butcher's unit failed the charge and just moved up to basically this wall. And there's the failed charge of the Knights of the Realm. What a bummer. Now that I think about it, I should have played that much differently. And we take the Gator Cannon into the side of the miners finally. So we take the Nobbler up to throw weapons at the Marauders. So after combat, yeah, we finally beat the miners. I pursued with the Knights Errant, and we just held with the Gator Cannon. So bad guys turn 3, the Knights rallied, and now I am ready for my Knights of the Realm to get shot off the table. And the Marauders go into the Nobbler, and through dangerous terrain they lost 2 there. And the poor Thane and his warriors are trying desperately to get into combat. So yeah, with this shot I was just hoping that the warriors were in focus, which they weren't, but I thought that was a fun shot. So what you see here is only 1 Knights of the Realm missing. All of that shooting, the cannon, the crossbows, the repeater bolt thrower, and that's what's left. I ward saved so many wounds, I couldn't believe it. I actually only ended up losing 1 knight, and didn't have to take a panic test or anything like that. I was completely amazed at how many 6s I rolled for my ward saves. So this combat here, I didn't roll this combat out, so I have no idea how there's so many dead Marauders. Unbelievable. They're like the toughest Nobbler I've ever seen in this game. I don't know what happened, I don't know how it happened, but that's what happened. So the Warriors will break and the Nobbler run them down. That's one badass group of Nobbler. So not much else happened on that turn. So this is our turn, and I take my Knights of the Realm into the Chaos Warriors, and I move my Knights Errant up as close as possible to support them with another charge next round if the Warriors stay. And we move the Butcher's unit up to support with magic and to get ready for the Warriors coming in. And that's it. So so after we went in with the Knights of the Realm, we broke that Warriors unit, and that was it. They called it. It'd be more fun to get more games than to play this out. That Knights of the Realm unit was just way too big and way too powerful for this level, especially going after teams that were limited to 500 points apiece. I kind of felt bad afterwards because they just seemed to have dominated so severely. But it was a fun game, and the main purpose of it was just to get these guys warmed up to 8th edition. You know, go through some of the simpler rules on a smaller scale, and in a team environment where we can all talk about, you know, why the rules are this way or why it should be this way. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a good time around the holidays. So I actually have another battle report from that night. Just got to finish it up, and I'll have that up. It was a 750 point 1v1 against some ogres, I think. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hey, I got a lot of feedback on my first report, and I got to say thank you all so much. It means a lot to me, and it really motivates me to make more. I've been watching reports, you know, for the better part of this past year, and the stuff that I learned is amazing, and to be able to contribute to the community, that the small community that we have, it really feels good, and I would love to see more people do it. I mean, I'm making these reports. I hope maybe I influence somebody else to put a little time and effort into giving back to the community too, because there's a lot of great people out there that spend a lot of time to bring some cool stuff about Sabi. So, and we're a small community, that's for sure. So thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you in the next report.